Now. It's the bomb, yo. Wake up and don't sleep on a bicycle.
Next. This is Eagles Morning Rise, where you get inspired,
Updated,
talk sports, and discuss topical national issues.
all served hot like coffee.
Yummy.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Eagles Morning Rise with
Nacho Prince.
6 a.m.
to 10 a.m. every weekday
on your number one radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3 FM.
Good morning again. Thank you for staying with us on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3. And it's time for us to get into the papers or delve into the pages of the newspapers and see what they're reporting. We discuss the headlines, analyze them, and somehow proffer solutions to some of the challenges we may be facing as a people. Good morning. Thank you for joining in this morning. You could have been any other place. You could have gone any other place for the news, but you chose to be with us, and we did not make light of that. Thank you so much for choosing Eagles 102.3 FM this morning. Well, I would reel out the headlines. That's how the program goes. I reel out the headlines to you, and you sending your thoughts and join the conversation via phone. Keep these numbers really close. You're going to need them when we open up the phone lines. 090-7353-0044. That is 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Well, this morning we begin with the Guardian newspaper, and in case you're wondering, my name is Nacho Prince. From the Guardian newspaper, Nigerians have rights to choose their leaders, says Boris Johnson. Nigerians have rights to choose their leaders, says Boris Johnson. Read that to you quickly, can we? Let's see. It goes to say, former Prime Minister of Britain, Boris Johnson, yesterday said Nigerians should have the right to choose their leaders, saying the development can only thrive in a democracy. He also charged Nigerian politicians to ensure that millions of Nigerians realize their potential, identify education and equal rights as part of the major conditions for unleashing potentials of citizens. Johnson spoke in Lagos as a keynote speaker at the 16th session of the I Am Osigwe yearly lecture series with the theme Rehumanizing Human Experience, a symposium of I Am Osigwe's treatise. Moving on from that one, let's see more headlines here. Cash squeeze, Ngige meets NLC, CBN to avert protests. Cash squeeze, Ngige meets NLC, CBN to avert protests. INEC fixes April 15 for supplementary governorship and legislative elections. INEC fixes April 15 for supplementary governorship and legislative elections. PDP alleges plots to cancel more collated votes in Adamawa. PDP alleges plots to cancel more collated votes in Adamawa. Bayelsa APC members insist on disqualification of Silva for governorship race. Bayelsa APC members insist on disqualification of Silva from governorship race. Opposition flays police ban on protests in Nasarawa State. Opposition flays police ban on protests in Nasarawa State. Benue to get family court in 3 months. Benue to get family court in 3 months. Kebbi immigration rescues 3 girls and 1 boy from traffickers. Kebbi immigration rescues 3 girls and 1 boy from traffickers. Niger court remands 3 persons for snatching beavers. In Niger, court remands 3 persons for snatching beavers. Kogi, save our loved ones. Families of abducted INEC officials cry as kidnappers demand 50 million naira ransom. Save our loved ones. Families of abducted INEC officials cry as kidnappers demand 50 million naira ransom. That's in Kogi State. So the question we would ask is, well, is the state government that was all interested in the election doing anything to rescue these kidnapped victims? All right, let's get to Daily Trust now. Emefiele begs NLC to shelve protest over naira scarcity. Emefiele begs NLC to shelve protest over naira scarcity. Queues persist as Nigerians hoard naira notes. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with us? How are you going to hold naira notes? Why do you want to hold notes? You're not even a bank. You're thinking it's going to come back? It's come to stay. Queues persist as Nigerians hoard naira notes. The fight has just started, Wike tells Ayu. The fight has just started, Wike tells Ayu. And we hear that, he's daring the PDP and saying that Governor Samuel Otom would not appear before the PDP's disciplinary committee. Moving away from that, court bars Ayu from parading himself as PDP national chairman. Court bars Ayu from parading himself as PDP national chairman. INEC announces date for Adamawa and Kebbi rerun. That's April 15th. We told you that. Teenagers lynched for raping, killing housewife in Benue. Teenager lynched for raping and killing housewife in Benue. What is wrong with us? Residents decry water scarcity in Niger community. Residents decry water scarcity in Niger community. Police officer found dead in FCT. Sad one. Police officer found dead in FCT. Ogun residents feel secure, says Army. Ogun residents feel secure, says Army. Okay, let's see what the Punch has in stock for us this morning. What is the Punch report? The Punch reporting. Moving on quickly, looking at the big story there. Ayu must go. G5 governors. Atiku campaign clash. Ayu must go. G5 governors and Atiku campaign clash. Another headline here says Abacha died on eve of dad's planned execution. Dia's son. Abacha died on eve of dad's planned execution, says Dia's son. Banks raise cash withdrawal limits to reduce queues. Banks raise cash withdrawal limits to reduce queues. Ngige Emefiele meets NLC over planned strike. Recall that the NLC had planned a strike for tomorrow, Wednesday, 29th of March, I believe. And, it seems like the Ministry of Labor and Employment is doing everything to avoid that strike. Tinubu marks 71st birthday Wednesday, 6 prayers. Tinubu marks 71st birthday Wednesday, 6 prayers. Worker to die by hanging for killing grandma and daughter. Bauchi detects 7,806 cases of tuberculosis. Bauchi detects 7,806 cases of tuberculosis. Adeleke Oyetola set for final battle. Adeleke Oyetola set for final battle. Seems like the case is going up to the Supreme Court. They would have the final verdict. They say the Supreme Court is final. When it gets there, whatever would be final. Let's bring you in now. Join the conversation 09073530044 and 09087668888. That is 09073530044 and 09087668888. Which headline tickles your interest this morning? Let's hear you respond to them. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Prince.
Good morning.
It's Moses.
Moses, my night was great. Thank you so much for asking.
Your voice this morning looks so cool. I'm very pleased to hear.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, I want to speak on some of your headlines. You know, time has come that Nigerians should be wise. Politicians should not be deceiving us again. When I begin to hear some people leading other parties to other parties, instigating other parties to intimidate and influence people to fight other parties, I begin to wonder, the politicians you are seeing them, if they went to elephant fight, the grass will suffer. Nigeria should come to their senses now. That is one thing I discovered with the politicians. We shouldn't just follow these people as if they have some of them have the mind of the people. Some of them are self-centered. So we should take note of that we should not be influenced by these politicians. These are people that after everything, they will come again, they will drink tea, they will do things together and meet together. But when there is misunderstanding between them, they will divide the house. Look at what is happening in some of these parties. They will divide the house is not in order, then they will influence their followers to go against one another. So Nigerians should be wise. Then number two, the cashless policy. The cashless policy, which was a good initiative, but it really affects the system because it's not yet matured where Nigerians got to understand it. My problem is, when we come up to cry out for this, that the cashless policy is not helping matters, and they begin to release this money. Do you know what is going on now? When you go to the market, price of things that came down some few months ago begin to rise again. So I don't know what is going on. We Nigerians are not helping matters. Let us queue up to make sure that this company works and to maintain what will be of a good thing to our economy. Then the security matter. If I see the way I want to give applause to our security, more kudos, but they should do more. Because when I see how they arrange people for election, the security for the election, and you begin to see these kidnappers. Why would these people kidnap human beings? Kidnap them, ransom being paid, and these people are not trained.
All right, Moses.
I think time should come that they should begin to put more their machineries in order to trace these people. Okay. Finally, NLC strike. In this condition we are now, please, NLC, they should publish because Nigerians have suffered enough.
Okay.
Time that you are waiting for them to come outside to support, to go against some of the wrongs that is going on in this country. We didn't see them.
Thank you very much, Moses. I'm going to let you go now, Moses, so we can have other callers join in as well. Thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Prince Iheanacho.
Good morning, Haruna. Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Prince Iheanacho.
Yes.
I think, why is it that in this country, the only thing that scares institutions or government is strike? Because why I'm saying this is, we didn't see any fire brigade approach from CBN until NLC came out last week and says,
hello, Haruna. Okay. Network did you in. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is GB.
GB, good to have you.
Yes, sir. The news.
Hello, GB.
Are you hearing me?
We can hear you now.
I say it's in the news that the Israel commander killed in Borno. And that's the good news that all these bandits, Boko Haram and the rest, they are get out of the way. Because we want to see and want to appreciate the army commanders and their lieutenants and full soldiers for what they are doing in that area. Then also, we can say the fight has just started. And I said it yesterday when he was saying that
Hello, GB. Okay, seems like the network is quite messy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My friend.
Good morning to
Jerry,
you.
Sunday.
Jerry, good to have you join us.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Naira policy. This CBN governor supposed to be arrested because he play with our life and he play with our integrity. Look at how he suffer people. I don't want to talk too much this morning because all this is just it will make somebody's temperature to rise and will not talk anyhow. This man needs to be arrested and brought to book. That's all I have this morning.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. This is Aruna calling back.
Aruna, good to have you.
All right. Please, like I was saying, I don't know why is it that it's only strike that scares government from doing the right thing. CBN was there after the court judgment. They didn't react. They just kept quiet over it until NLC came and said we are going on strike. That is when we started seeing positive change from the Apex Bank, forcing commercial banks to even work Saturdays and Sundays. And now they are trying to see how they can stop NLC from going for this strike. I don't know why is it that people know the right thing to do, they refuse to do it, or until somebody tells them that this is the right thing for you to do. We will not accept that. People make it doing the right thing. And finally, about PDP crisis, I think PDP's up to now, I don't know what is their problem. With this kind of attitude, I don't think they are ready for them to connect to come into power again. They should go and fix their house and stop saying this one is not ready, this one you are saying that and that. I don't like that. Thank you very much, Mr. Henry.
Thank you, Haruna. Appreciate you calling in. Keep the calls coming. 090-7353-0044. That is 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Victor. I'm calling from Distance.
Did you say your name is Victor?
I'm Victor. I'm calling from Distance.
Okay, good to have you.
Please, my contribution is to the money policy. That's what Nigerians are not getting right. Mr. MFL was appointed by the president, and it's working under president's instruction. We in Nigerians, we are blaming MFL when we can't call it by the president's instruction. So, but we find out finally we are starting to get the cash come around. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Right, so okay, this message is here. Chris disagrees with me on what I said about my thoughts on what I mentioned yesterday about the cash returning and how kidnappers are kidnappings is coming back with the announcements of the cash return or the old notes returning. He says, good morning, the anchor. I was very disappointed hearing the presenter trying to justify why the CBN shouldn't have reversed itself after implementing a policy that has caused untold hardship on Nigerians, including the presenter. Running a cashless society doesn't mean citizens will not be able to access cash from ATM when needed. Go to the UK and other advanced societies. ATM can be found at strategic points and dispense cash when operated. This was where the CBN got it wrong and have now reversed itself. All platforms to transact, including cash, should be accessible when needed and not what obtained here in the last 2 months. let's always stand for the truth rather than trying to be politically correct or playing the devil's advocate. Chris, now that you have your cash, I pray that you don't have to pay ransom with it. Moving on, that's the beauty of, the conversation. Everyone disagrees, and it's all fine. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm a first-time caller.
Yay! We're excited to have you. What's your name, sir?
Unfortunately, too, my name is Ihana Chotu.
Woo! That's fortunate. Fortunately. Amazing, interesting. Good to have you, Seg.
Yeah, pleasure is mine. So
Okay.
I just want to say, my concern is this. The situation of Nigeria, honestly, everything is just quite unfortunate. That we have leaders who cannot state precedents. We have leaders who doesn't know when to do the right thing at the right time. It's unfortunate that violence will always be the answer of the day. Honestly, it's unbelievable. This will be going abysmally, this is going wrongly, nobody will talk until an act of violence is taken or a threat of violence is taken. The long queues will suffer, the long ATM queues, and so many things. NLC never came up. They never came up. I don't know. I don't know if the leadership of the NLC doesn't know what to do at the right time, or should I say they are confused or what?
I think they have a new leadership, and it's the new president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, that's taken over the affairs of the NLC. So it seems like
there's a prototype for work. There's an organogram. There's already a process by which NLC works. So once the new leadership comes in, it's a system that is working, a system that is working. The new person will just queue into what is on ground already. Does it mean it's not arranged? We work too. We take over new positions. We take over new appointments in different organizations. We know how it's done. You go there and look at what is on ground and you follow up instead of delaying people. You understand? It doesn't make sense. Then come to the issue of PDP. Honestly speaking, PDP, right from the onset, the issue they've always had is from them. Because PDP has always been a selfish thing. It has always been a selfish thing, I just have to say. Everyone there is just looking for what benefits him or her. In as much as it doesn't benefit him or her, they just spoil the water and make everywhere dirty. You understand? But when it's to their own interest, you won't hear their noises. You understand? So at this point, I'm sure the youth have really spoken very loud, and I'm sure PDP also, they got it all, they got the news the way it's supposed to be. They should just go and figure themselves out. That's what I'm concerned. PDP doesn't exist anymore. You can take care of yourself. This is my submission, Ihana.
Thank you very much, Ihana. Appreciate you calling in, and it's good to hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, President Nacho.
Good morning, Clement Zion Prince.
Thank you, sir. This issue of Naira redesign, right from the very beginning, presently I see it as a conundrum. When I told you that it does appear Nigeria is confused, the court is confused, and the MFL is confused, Buhari is confused about the program, it did appear that I was just a critic. Now, analyze it from the very beginning. They said they wanted to use it to checkmate election rigging. They wanted to use it to penalize those who have stocked up Naira outside circulation, outside the banking system. And that it will also help them to certify kidnapping and whatever. I think Nigerians home and abroad gave Buhari accolade when he made that announcement and gave us the analysis of how many percent of our money was in circulation. But at the end of the day, the whole thing has crumbled to actually justify my assertion that they were confused. If you wanted to checkmate those who have tied up our money in bullion vans, and those bullion van billionaires have the opportunity now to bring back all that they kept, then all the money that the kidnappers have stocked up in the bushes in Ghana must go back and all that can now come back into circulation. What is the justification for all the suffering that Nigerians actually suffered for this cashless policy? That time, you were almost getting me when I said that Naira design and cashless policy
should not mean that somebody who sells corn cannot sell her corn. They go to the bushes, cut this corn from farmers, buy them, and then cook to sell. Nobody buys because you don't waste time trying to transfer 50 naira, 100 naira to a corn seller or a guguru seller in the six. Well, after all, at the end of the day, the services were not even available for you to effectively transfer. So the economy was crumbling from micro to macro levels. Now today, they are talking of the old currency back again. There's no doubt here, Nacho, that it rejuvenates kidnapping. There's no doubt about it. Anybody who is killing you for saying so, as I claimed before, is just not facing reality. It enhances the prospects for kidnapping and ransom taking. And it gives the purpose of the whole thing right from the very beginning. I don't know how Nigeria can get out of this conundrum. December is coming, by the time we are close to December, where are the new notes? Where are the new notes that Metro spent billions of naira to print? Where are the bulk of all the new notes? Even now that we are saying old currency back, the new ones are not going along with it. Have you gone to any bank and they gave you 3 pieces of new notes? Nigeria is in dilemma over this matter. That's why I'm happy to see Buhari leaving the throne, so that we'll see a new turn of events. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Clement Zion Prince. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Those are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation. Feel free to jump in with your 2 cents.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you.
Good morning, my family. Greeting you.
I greet them too.
All the family.
Greet you 100.
So I want to ask my colleagues, when Nigeria did not print new naira, is this old naira where it remain in the bank? They sent to minting and printing, and then they change the color. That is simple language. We are not printing new naira.
No,
yes.
I don't want to agree. I will not agree with you. You printed new notes. Anyway,
you see, before you print any new naira, there's a guideline right from the World Bank. If you then give you that guideline, if you print your money, you have no value.
Nigeria is a sovereign country. You can decide whether to print
let me go.
money or not. Let
me go. Well, the best thing what this man can do for us is this year is 9 naira. That's why that the implementation, the way they implement it is very wrong. You see, where they resign naira, the kidnapping stop, corruption stop. You see, election ringing, where they know say they can't buy vote, they can't share money. They have to go through Beaver to ring the election. So everybody know the case is in court. I don't want to go there. So politicians, they have many ways to ring the election. So if you are talking about resigning of naira, those people who hide the money, those people, the agents of kidnappers and the people who recognize the sponsor of kidnappers, they are the people, most of them. So those people who went to get this money, hiding, they have those governors then go to court. And then they win the case, they return this money. As they return it, the kidnapping have returned. Corruption in the government have returned. We do want this man to do it for us again. And the people are criticizing Mefele. Mefele is just a messenger. Just a messenger. The governor appointed by president. Only the governor appointed by president. And then it's subject to president control. Mefele can never say A when Mr. President say it B. Mefele just take instruction from the president to operate in central bank. So if you are criticizing Mefele, continue criticizing him. Is it because it's our brother? People commit to offense more than that. They are living in Nigeria, nobody is criticizing them. Is it because he's working under president to take instruction? That's why we continue roasting him every day. Leave Mefele alone. If Mr. President bring policy, and then the policy went wrong. Criticize the Mr. President, not the Mefele. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder Noja. Appreciate you calling in. The conversation continues. This is your radio experience. You can count on. You're onto the pages. We'll be looking at more headlines from this day newspaper in a bit.
102.3 Abuja.
Join the Eagles 102.3 FM Secondary School Squeeze-Out Show and be the academic champions. Enroll your school with 2 students participating in mathematics, English, and general knowledge. Registration is 20,000 naira only. And what's more, your school gets massive promotion as long as they remain in the competition. Entry closes on the 18th of March 2023. For payment details and inquiries, please call 090-9719-8377. Eagles 102.3 FM Squeeze-Out Show. Building future champions today.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. Hurry now.
Thank you for staying with us. This is The Pages. Now let's get back to the headlines and what the papers have for us. This day newspaper is here, and we'll see what it's reporting quickly, and then we move on to taking more of your thoughts and responses to these headlines. Let's see. This day newspaper has Boris Johnson to Nigeria's leaders. Allow people freely choose those to lead them. Boris Johnson to Nigerian leaders, allow people freely choose those to lead them. We brought you that earlier, and still within the belly of this day newspaper. Ex-NBS boss Kale urges incoming administration not to delay reforms. Still within the belly of this day, NNPC releases additional 418 million liters of petrol in 7 days. NNPC releases additional 418 million liters of petrol in 7 days. Coming in from there as well, Obaseki, we have strong business case for airport in Uzare. And still within the belly of this day newspaper, to boost credit economy, federal government moves to address lapses in Bankruptcy Act. To boost credit economy, federal government moves to address lapses in Bankruptcy Act. I'll leave that now and come back to you. Join in with your 2 cents. If any of these headlines tickle your interest this morning, you know we'd love to hear from you. Okechukwu is here. Good morning, Okechukwu. How are you today?
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, Nacho, good morning.
Good morning, Okechukwu.
I want to react on the headline that says Emefiele begged Labour Party not to protest against the Naira scarcity. NLC. So Emefiele knows that what he's doing is not right to Nigerians. That is why he's begging. Because if it is right, why is he begging them not to protest? Look at the Emefiele did this thing deliberately to suffer Nigerians, so that Nigerians will suffer before they get their money from bank. So,
go ahead.
So I thought he's all and all. Why is he begging? You see, it's just that this NNDC did not know their right. Because assuming they put this policy since, this Naira scarcity would have stopped. If you are NNDC, you come out and tell the government that this thing they are doing is not right. If they refuse, you shut down the nation with protests. Everybody will sit up. But now they are coming this time, but it's too late. But we thank God that they have realized that them themselves is a party on them themselves have their own power to protest. So away from that, 3 NDC kill in Imo State. So I thought that these people, this killing have stopped in the southeast. Now they are still killing people again. I thought it is one the election wanted to hold. That is where they are doing these things. So please, the security agencies to go there and look after these things and know why this killing is continuing all over this country. Everywhere killing, ransom, kidnapping, everywhere. It's too bad for this country that you cannot wake up and listen to radio and hear good news, there must be a killing, there must be a kidnapping in this the same country we are. I don't have much to say. We are watching. Bye bye.
All right, Ogichiko, it's always a pleasure to have you join in the conversation. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that one. Another one is here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friends. How are you?
Good morning, Maya. I'm good.
Thank you. Yes. Yesterday, I said what we are going through in terms of crime and criminality, Boko Haram attack, IPOP and the rest, are needless struggle. Somebody called and he was criticizing. I don't listen to them again. Anybody can say anything they want. We have freedom to make our own position. Look at what you read out now. Killings in Imo. Is it limited to Imo? Go around, even families are killing themselves. Even teenagers murdering their parents. What is it? What are we looking for? Is it to live in this life? See, until we realize that we have to use our brain, our senses, then I don't think Nigeria will be out of hook of backwardness. We just have to set ourselves free by doing the right thing. We cannot, every day of our life, this one now, is outside politics. The election is over. How are we relating with ourselves? You see communities fighting because of maybe half an acre of land. Is that one politics? Every aspect of Nigerian life needs God's attention. And before God will come and do something for us, we ourselves as a people, we must sit down and use our brain. We cannot continue like this. That's why the rest of the world has seen us as if we're animals. Nobody take us serious again. We just wake up and kill as if it's a set of animals that we want to use for ritual. I think it's becoming something else. We need to look into it. Even the churches, the religious institutions, they have role to play in all this. We need to sensitize people. Right. Let us see the sanctity that is attached to life. Okay. That's by the way. On the issue of Emefiele and his Naira epidemic, if the labor, thank God we have a new leader now, in labor. If we have this kind of person before, I don't think the government would have gone to court because the labor would have stand up for the people. Because people saw it as if we were talking then, we have something to benefit. Because of the evil that they lay on ground for us so that Nigerians will not enter that trap. But see, thank God it's coming back yesterday. For the past 2 months, I got 10,000 yesterday, and I celebrated it. Oh no! I hope I will still have another one before the weekend.
The monies are coming out. They're coming out gradually.
Even in filling station that we have to queue to buy fuel. Yesterday it was. In fact, the POS was with the person selling. I say, hey, we are back. I look at Nigeria.
So you see that it's Nigerians against Nigerians. It's not even government.
You can see the
Nigerians being wicked to Nigerians and exploiting.
I can't go. You witness it.
I told you.
Just save this
nation. You.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Again, I'll keep saying it. All of these crises or cash crisis was caused by other Nigerians. The banks, commercial banks or deposit money banks themselves, and fuel stations. Ordinary business people hoarding monies and hoarding cash. That was the problem. It wasn't even the CBN per se. If we had the lower denominations in circulation, we wouldn't have had a problem. As well, if we had people who would just do the online transactions as should be, it wouldn't have been a problem. Some filling stations that had 5 or more POS reduced operations to 1 just to make life difficult for Nigerians so that they can rake in cash. It's crazy.
Hello, my prince. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. Taking me.
Good morning, my prince. God bless your house, sir.
Welcome.
You're doing a good job, sir.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, this taking the US this morning. Yes, my prince, you see, a lot has happened and so many things are still happening. Nigerians have suffered during this period. And I wonder what somebody actually intended to achieve with holding onto our money. We could not get cash. Some people have died, my prince. Some businesses have died. In fact, people that understand what it means for this kind of thing to go against our, economy. They say we have lost trillions of naira. Yes, the damage done by that wicked act, my prince, is beyond repair. It will take time to repair. And some banks were burnt down, like in the south, where some governors were even against those that went to the court. Some of their banks were burnt down, and it will take them millions of naira to fix those banks back. And some small businesses have died. So I don't know what the policy somebody intends to achieve with it. Because those who understand it said there is nothing good that can come out of it. They say it was insecurity, some say it was because of somebody that was running for election. All this one, it has made Nigerians to suffer so much. And again, my prince, we cannot continue to kill ourselves and then blame the government. If we are killing ourselves and blaming the government, it's not going to work because the security agencies are overwhelmed, my prince. Like in my state, the other week, you have two communities fighting themselves, over land. And I don't know where they got guns, my prince. And they brought it out and they were shooting. I also went to a place, in Anambra, in Agurele. And while I was staying there, I discovered that some neighbor communities, in Teche, and then another one, they were fighting. And those people, they have a lot of, guns. They were shooting. Even police, cannot even come near. And some people dropped dead. So you see, when we are killing ourselves and we are still calling our government, it is we that will behave ourselves well.
Absolutely.
And our problems will reduce.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Thank you so much, Taking Me, for calling. Let's bring in another caller before we get back to your messages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
Mimi from Suleja calling.
Say again.
Mimi from Suleja.
Mimi, good to have you. How are you today?
Okay. Fine, thank God. I want to talk about this Emefiele. Emefiele should know that in this life, we will all go back to our Father in heaven. We will go and meet him, and we must give account on how we spend our life on earth, on how we treat people with the position we have. So this cashless new design policy and whatever that he did that made some people lose their loved ones and all that, now he's begging that they should not go for the strike. Did you know that even though they did not go for the strike, he must definitely go and give account on how he spent his life on this earth? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mimi. Emefiele seems to be in the crossfire of all of this. Interesting. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Don.
Don. Good to have you, Don.
Okay, how's your night?
My night was great. Thank you so much for asking.
You didn't ask from you. I don't know what I did.
I did. I'm sorry. Sometimes if I think you called last week. I think you called last week.
No, I didn't call. It's yesterday I called him.
Oh, okay.
I've not been around.
Okay. How was your trip?
Yeah. Fine. Quickly, let me say something about this Nigerians' attitude. Nigerians' attitude towards everything, why we're always complaining that we're the ones spoiling Nigeria. The truth remains that I have always said that if we don't do anything to people who have committed crimes, there is no way anybody is going to learn. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yesterday, somebody was complaining about vandalizing street lights, right? And the same person was, kind of hailing Nigeria for rehabilitating people that have committed heinous crimes.
Come on. I don't think it's the same person.
Sorry?
I don't think it was the same person.
No, he said it before he complained about the street light vandalization.
Okay. Let's take it.
Okay, so now we are talking about, I have always said that if you don't punish people for doing anything, others will take a cue from them. You see, why people are still holding money, people were holding money during this new Naira design policy was because they saw that banks were holding this money and they were giving it to politicians. And nothing was done to them. Up to today, I don't know if there's any. Did you know of anybody that was arrested for those things? I don't know. But if people had seen that those things they're doing, people are paying for it, people are being sent to jail because of those things, perhaps the thing would have stopped, and people will, this policy wouldn't have caused people a lot of issues or cost people's lives. Do you know that a lot of people died because of this thing, and at the end we have just returned back to square zero. In fact, if not minus zero, if there's anything like that. Okay. The kidnappers and terrorists that have collected this money that were shouting or rejoicing that they are no longer going to use this money. Are they not the one laughing last now? Because the money itself is what they are using. We have returned the money back into the. I mean, the situation is really, really appealing.
All right.
I just hope that we'll get it right one day. God bless you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Don. Have a pleasant day. Let's get to the messages now. And Innocent says, good morning, Ihana Cho Prince. Boris Johnson lends his voice against the rape of democratic rights of Nigerians through mandate seizure and usurpation. But UK can do more than speaking. Those who support the vandalization of our democratic values to steal mandates but turn to complain about criminals who vandalize electric poles should receive visa bans too. Criminal acts are same, and a support of any of it is also criminal, whether it is electric poles or electoral mandates. Both take Nigeria on the road to Golgotha. Honestly, CBN should have done better to enforce the policy within the first 3 months it gave for its implementation. They ought to have ensured that every infrastructure to support it was ready, as well as proper education of the people on it. People are forgetting that the first objective is to migrate to online payments and not to have the new notes replace the old ones. Currently, the amount in circulation has risen to 1.9 trillion naira as against 3.2 trillion naira. People must be asked to begin the migration till December 31, or else the economy and crimes, both kidnapping, corruption, and illegal money printing, will subsist and get worse. People should be properly educated. You're going to say, thank you, Hannah Church. CBN should ensure it starts to supply the lower denominations while gradually withdrawing the higher ones as we go to December 31. Thank you so much, Innocent, for your thoughts. And who else is here? This is from Precious. Precious says, good morning, my prince. The cash is gradually coming back into circulation. This is good, as it will reduce the suffering of our people. My fight is with the commercial banks. It's the commercial banks that made the cashless policy to fail. They hoard cash, sold cash. Their e-channels and USSD services were down. No services to transact. Banks' apps were not responding. So many to mention. The commercial banks are the problem here. They made the cashless policy fail. They need to come out to apologize to us. Thank you very much, Precious. Appreciate you and your message as well for always coming in. I haven't heard from Comrade Ulo Bassi since yesterday. Comrade Ulo Bassi, trust you're doing good. All right, let us know that you are okay. And also, marvelous. It's been a while. Simi, it's been ages. Trust you guys are doing good. I'd love to hear from you and know that you're okay. Vicky is in the studio, people, getting set for Sports on Eagles Wings. Yesterday, the Eagles, came out of their, whatever it is. Vicky, what did they come out of?
I know some people say atol. Bad pass. But I think it wasn't what we expected from the Eagles. But let's just leave it that way. At least they are back on top of the table. They still have 2 more games to play. That's against Sierra Leone and Sao Tome and Principe sometime in the month of June. Let's see how it pans out. But the big question still is Jose Preciado the right man for this job?
How long shall we continue to change the gaffer?
But I would say leave them to stay this long. Gene Roffonov has been the longest serving manager that Super Eagles have, probably the NFF have employed. But at the same time, we'll look at it. We'll still have to give him more time. We don't know. Maybe he's trying to try out new tactics and so on like that, because he dropped some players.
Have you seen any tactics?
Yeah, That's the question. But he dropped some players ahead of yesterday's game. I think we saw the result. Osimhen kept missing chances.
What is it with Osimhen when he comes to play for the Super Eagles?
There's something that we should know.
The man keeps banging goals in Napoli, but comes home and then just...
You will not compare the players you've been playing with in Napoli for years and set of Super Eagles players you just come once in a while and you meet and you expect to blend.
The harmony in the game.
Then the coach who knows them will know how to manage these players because they've been with them together. But your Super Eagles know with these guys. So you have to use your own different tactics to put with these boys together. So I think that's the thing about most players who show themselves at their club level and come back home and still not put in their best.
All right, let's close it now with messages from Mickey. Mickey says, cashless policy is a good way to turn the nation around positively, but ours was so bad. Thank you so much, Mickey. And this final one, Lucky from Silija says, good morning. Please, Emefiele should not receive this cashless policy, or should not revise this cashless policy because it is the best thing that he has done for us. Thank you, Engineer Lucky from Silija. Thank you so much. Let's close it now and say thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation this morning. Engineer Lucky, thank you so much. Mickey, Innocent, Precious, Don, Mimi, Tegembe, Mayowa, Okechukwu, Elder Noja, Clement Zion, Prince, Ihana Cho, first time caller and namesake who joined in the conversation this morning. Also, thank you to Dixon, as well as Jerry, GB, Haruna, and Moses. To all of you who sat back to listen, you didn't send a message, you didn't call in, I call you MVP because without you, we would be talking to ourselves. Thank you so much for being there. And let's do this again tomorrow at the top of the hour, 7. In the meantime, Sports and Eagles Wings with Vicky Vic, he's got more from where that came on. He's got more to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it locked here on your radio experience. You can count on. My name is Ihanacho Prince, His Radio Highness of Abuja. I'll be back with you at the top of the hour, 9.